and gentlemen, on this very special episode of the Newshour this Friday evening. In my 3 decades of investigative journalism, I have uncovered the coal scam, the CWG scam, the Office of Profit scandal. I've forced investigations which led to concrete action in the Aircel Maxis deal and VVIP chopper scam. The power corridors were rattled with the Operation Sheesh Mahal. But today, our sleuths, at least in Congress-ruled Himachal Pradesh, seem to be busy with a very important investigation. They are looking for samosa chores. That's right. While Rahul Gandhi dreams of making a jalebi ki factory, the Congress in Himachal Pradesh mulled a toilet tax, and now Samosagate has struck the Sukhu government in Himachal Pradesh. Last month, when Congress Chief Minister Sukhvinder Singh Sukhu visited the CID headquarters in Shimla, the 5-star samosas ordered for him were instead served to his security staff. A full-fledged CID probe was launched into Kisne Khaya Sukhu ka Samosa. They called this act anti-CID and anti-government. Even a 3-page report was issued, and you can see on your screens the words highlighted in this report. Well, the words clearly say anti-government activity, and that's why a CID investigation was necessary. Guptachar Vibhag, which is the Secret Intelligence Service. FBI may be next. Well, Times Now found out that a plate of samosas in the Radisson Hotel costs about 450 rupees, and the report actually gives you the entire detail. A total of 21 samosas and 2 cakes were ordered by the IG level officer, which costed the exchequer in Himachal Pradesh 5,500 rupees. Hot on the oily trail, khatakhat, the sleuths went on an overdrive. Times Now has even managed to access the CID report, which lists the series of misunderstandings, acts of omission and commission. An IG level officer delegated a sub-inspector to procure samosas, who got 3 sealed boxes of these samosas. He then handed it over to a lady inspector. She sent them to a different area where they were served to the Chief Minister's security staff instead. This inspector has now been found guilty of the act of the Gayab samosas. The BJP has lashed out at misplaced priorities of the Sukhu Sarkar, while the Chief Minister was forced to admit that this misbehavior was being investigated. The clincher, of course, was the DG at the end of the probe, stating that the Chief Minister doesn't even eat samosas. Much ado about nothing. Watch this.
ये ब्रेकफास्ट यहाँ से केक और समोसे जो है ब्रेकफास्ट के लिए जाते हैं और सीआईडी ऑफिस यहाँ से खरीदे जाते हैं, सीआईडी ऑफिस भेज दिए जाते हैं।
सीएम खुद तली भुनी चीजें नहीं खाते हैं, समोसा तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं खाते, तो उस पे इतनी है, जरा पता करो कहाँ। इतनी सी बात पे बात को एस्केलेट कर दिया गया।
इनकी प्राथमिकताएं दिखाई देती हैं। टॉयलेट में बैठ के समोसा खा रहे हैं, क्या प्राथमिकता है इनकी?
बड़ी बचकाना बात कर रहे हैं। बीजेपी वालों को ये पूछना चाहिए कि जब से कांग्रेस की सरकार के वहाँ 40 विधायक बने हैं, तब से कोई ना कोई स्टोरी वो करते ही रहते हैं।
नहीं, वो मिसबिहेविंग पर इन्वॉल्व हुई खबर आप समोसे की चला रहे हैं। ऑफिसर्स ने मेरे ख्याल मिस वही करेंगे।
The Samosa investigation even led to how stable the government is, because Sukhu had to come out and say, since we have got 40 MLAs, the BJP is unsettled. This is almost as bizarre as the hunt of Samajwadi Party's Azam Khan's bhais, his buffaloes under Akhilesh's rule. Scores of policemen and sniffer dogs were hot on the trail of buffaloes through the weekend in that era. 3 were removed for dereliction of duty. Yes, they were suspended. Back to the Samosagate. Here's what the Congress Sarkar could have been doing instead of tracing samosa chores. It could have addressed the 86,788 crore debt crisis in the state. It could have ensured that government salaries were paid on time because they had a problem on payment of salaries. It could have also analyzed how khatakhat freebies are draining the exchequer. It could probably have restarted work at the stalled infrastructure projects in the state, or it could deliver 5 lakh jobs promised to the youth in their own manifesto. But this has led the BJP to now say Israel has Mossad, India has RAW, Congress has Sukhu, and Congress has the SID, Samosa Investigation Department. So ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question that we're asking on the Newshour tonight, is Samosagate Congress's Jalebi Model? Khatakhat coming your way? That's the question, and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And joining the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawala, national spokesperson of the BJP, Karan Verma, author, joining me live on the debate, Advaita Kala, author, film writer, screenplay writer, also joining the debate, Kamruzaman Chaudhary, political analyst, Gaurav Chachra, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. But my first question goes to my friend Sanjay Jha of the Congress Party. And Sanjay Jha, are you amused? Samosa Investigation Department is on, and it is an act against the government. That's what this investigation report says. And it's no laughing matter. After all, 5 days have been spent in this inquiry. A 3-page report has come out, and who knows, NSA may be slapped on the person responsible for giving samosas to the security personnel when they were actually meant for the chief minister. Sanjay Jha, really? Guptachar Vibhag and CID not involved in security of citizens, but involved in finding out samosa chores in the CID's own office?
Navika, good evening. I was hearing the Prime Minister the other day, and this is very relevant to our discussion today, where he said कि आपकी बेटियों को कोई चोरी करके उठा के जा रहा है. He was making a statement. This is the Prime Minister of this country, of this great country, which has had Mahatma Gandhi, Sardar Patel, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Pandit Nehru, and you have a Prime Minister in his 3rd term making a cheap, vulgar and disgusting statement saying that people are stealing away your daughters. We all know what he said earlier. Bangal Sutra, Muslim, mutton, bhais. I mean, I have realized that the BJP at core is an intellectually bankrupt party. It's mentally corrupted party, and it has morally been totally deficient for a very long time. And these are symptoms of that. The very fact that we are discussing today this topic tells you that the BJP today is paranoid, because I think the issues of unemployment, inflation, rural distress, the defeat in Maharashtra and Jharkhand, which is likely to happen in a few weeks, is driven them over the edge. I mean, to me, this is bizarre. And I want to tell you something, Navika, very interestingly. One of the biggest scams, I would call it, the Samosa ka baap scam and Samosa factory ka baap scam happened 8 years ago. Today, we are celebrating the anniversary of one of the biggest scams called demonetization, which I think Dr. Manmohan Singh rightly said was a plunder splendor of this country in broad daylight. So I would just like to stop here and tell the BJP that you are now becoming such a mammoth embarrassment to this country that by lowering the public discourse on samosa, reverie, gulab jamun, rasmalai, you're mocking the intelligence of the viewers of Times Now who are watching this program. I want to tell everybody who's watching this program, the BJP shames your intelligence, shames your education, and mocks at your mental state because you're supposed to be animatedly discussing an alleged samosa scam, which I think the Congress has already rubbished as a very pathetic and puerile attempt to try and just attack the Himachal Pradesh government. That's all.
Sanjay Jha, you know, hypocrisy died 1,000 deaths today with that statement. You are saying ये matter इतना puerile है that the BJP is looking desperate. Would you like to comment on the CID department in Himachal Pradesh? Would you like to comment on the government of Himachal Pradesh, which is actually carrying out this investigation? Shehzad Poonawalla, that is not puerile. That is not silly. What is silly is us discussing it. What is not silly is that the policemen probably never available for the common citizen because they're probably involved and very busy in doing a forensic analysis of the samosa chori.
नाविका, जब तक रहेगा समोसे में आलू तब तक रहेगा संजय झा का गलत प्रेडिक्शन चालू। जब भी संजय झा ने 2014 से कोई प्रेडिक्शन चुनाव की है, उन्होंने ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन किया है, हर चुनाव का प्रेडिक्शन गलत करते हैं। ये मोदी जी को 2014, 19, 24 में हरा रहे थे, हरियाणा में भी हरा रहे थे, अब महाराष्ट्र झारखंड में भी आ गए। बट आई डोंट वांट टू गेट डाइग्रेस टू संजय झा टुडे बिकॉज वी क्लियरली हैव समथिंग मोर इंपॉर्टेंट ऑन आवर प्लेट, लिटरली स्पीकिंग, विच इज कॉल्ड SID. This is the Samosa Investigation Department. I have also created a NARA for Samosa Investigation Department. As you know that people have FBI, people have CIA, people have Mossad. Here is a Samosa Investigation Department and their objective is टॉयलेट पे टैक्स और लगाऊ में कर, समोसा कहाँ गए ये जांच में कर, काम नहीं करूं थोड़ा सा भी, नॉट इवन रत्ती भर, हिंदू को बांटूं और मुस्लिम के वोट बैंक को एक कर. This is the agenda of the Congress government and its SID. And these are not ordinary samosas. नाविका जी, आपके डिबेट पे आने से पहले 2 घंटे मैंने रिसर्च किया, इस टॉपिक में बड़ा रिसर्च किया. I saw that there are various categories of samosa. If you go just down, I am in Noida studio, if you go down you get samosa for 10 rupees. If you go to some shop then you get samosa for 25 rupees. Then if you go to something like a Bikaner wala you get samosa for 100-150 rupees. But these were the A category, उच्च कोटि के samosas. These are not ordinary samosa. No. These are not common man samosa. These were the high end 5-star VVIP samosa. And इसमें देखिए 2-3 बातें हैं नाविका जी. समोसा खरीदा तो जनता के टैक्स पेयर के पैसे से, 500-1000 रुपए का समोसा जो भी आया, खाएंगे केवल सीएम. मोनोपोली वहां पर केवल सीएम की है. देखिए मोनोपोली के बारे में राहुल जी बहुत बोलते हैं, पर समोसा पर मोनोपोली किसकी होगी? केवल सीएम की होगी, टैक्स पेयर का समोसा खाने की. अगर स्टाफ को गलती से दिया जाएगा तो जो टॉलरेंट प्रोग्रेसिव लिबरल पार्टी है वो एंटी गवर्नमेंट केस डाल देगी. बताइए, मतलब कि सुक्खू जी का समोसा खाने पर आपके ऊपर एंटी गवर्नमेंट केस लागू होगा. ये इनका टॉलरेंस है. थर्डली, इनकी प्रायोरिटीज देखिए, लूट झूठ और प्रायोरिटीज गई छूट. इनकी प्रायोरिटीज ये है कि देयर हैव बीन 8% राइज इन वायलेंट क्राइम्स इन हिमाचल. SID is not looking into that. There has been a rise of 42% in NDPS drug cases in Himachal. SID is not looking into that. बेटी के ऊपर अभी संजय झा जी ने ज्ञान दिया, बेटियों पे अन्याय हो रहा है. SID is not looking into that. SIT की प्राथमिकता क्या है कि मेरे समोसे किधर गए, मेरे समोसे किधर गए, मेरे समोसे किधर गए. तो इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं दिस इज द खटाखट मॉडल. ऑन अ वेरी सीरियस नोट, हिमाचल गवर्नमेंट हैज अ डेट ऑफ ऑलमोस्ट 1 लाख करोड़. इट इज डाउन टू imposing टॉयलेट टैक्स. It is now wasting its time finding samosas of the CM. It had promised 1 lakh jobs. Where are those jobs? Nobody knows. Sarkari jobs. 1500 rupees to per woman. Where are those 1500 rupees? Nobody knows. 200 units free. Nobody knows how many houses have got those units free. But diesel has been priced higher at 7 rupees more. This is the priority of the Himachal government under Congress party, that samosa सुरक्षित करना है. जनता गई भाड़ में.
कमरुज़्ज़मान चौधरी. Do you think governance issues are issues that are funny, that should be laughed at? After all, there are issues of crime that police should be involved in solving, but what are they doing? They're trying to investigate where the samosas, 5,500 rupee worth samosas, 21 of them from Radisson Blue Hotel. It's all mentioned. I'm not saying this. It is all mentioned in this report. The detailed work of this investigation report tells you कितने समोसे, कितने के समोसे, कहां से आए, किसने मंगाए, SI, ASI, the woman police officer who was standing there, everything. What about solving crimes? What is the ratio of policemen to public in the state of Himachal Pradesh? And are we now going to say that this is the governance model, khatakhat model, that the Congress is offering to the people of the country?
नाविका जी गुड इवनिंग। मेरा पसंदा भाई शहजाद भाई यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं। कुछ दिन पहले लोगों को बांट रहे थे जिलापी। हमने सोचा भाई जिलापी कोई सूखा सूखा थोड़ी खाता है, उसमें थोड़ा समोसा भी हो जाए तो बात क्या हो। इसीलिए हमने समोसा का भी डिबेट लिया है आज नाविका जी का स्टूडियो में, क्योंकि आज तो ऐसा दिन है जहां पे अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम यूनिवर्सिटी का एक तो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण राय आया। कल तेजस्वी सूर्य झूठ बोलते हुए पैंट के नीचे उनका पकड़ा गया वक्फ बिल को लेकर झूठ फैलाते हुए कि एक फार्मर का सुसाइड को लेकर, वो बात तो नहीं आएगा। आज जो है कि सबसे बड़ा स्कैम, मदर ऑफ स्कैम्स जो है डेमोनेटाइजेशन का, आज उसका एनिवर्सरी है। दिस अपार्ट, दिस आर नॉट इश्यूज। द इश्यूज इज whether Congress government, wherever it is ruling, or the opposition parties are ruling, it trivializes small issues somewhere or the other and highlight it with legacy media behind it. That's the only toolkit narrative that is being operated by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now let us get to the plain facts out here. Himachal Pradesh, a very small state, has got a per capita income of 2,35,000 Navika ji. Whereas a double engine Sarkar in Uttar Pradesh has a per capita income of 94,000 rupees only. Somebody spends 1,000 rupees on a samosa, it comes in national headlines, but you spend thousands of crores in showering flowers to the Kawaris because you want to do Hindu appeasement in your politics. You want to vilify the Congress government by linking it with Jamaat-e-Islami in Kerala. You want to link the Congress with the anti-national forces in the country. And you yourself support all the rapists, murderers, terrorists, and as your parliamentarian. थोड़ा सा आईना अपने तरफ भी घुमा के देख लो शहजाद भाई, कहां पे खड़े हो। इस देश का जो हालत किए हो आज के डेट में, बांटेंगे तो काटेंगे डायलॉग स्लोगन लेकर आते हो यहाँ पे, लेकिन चर्चा करते हो वहां पे समोसा का। हेमंत बिश्व शर्मा को बांग्लादेशी समोसा पसंद है, शहजाद को पसंद है उनको हिमाचल के समोसा, और कांग्रेस को क्या पसंद है, इस देश का संविधान को। वही संविधान को लेकर आपने क्या किया, कल एक नोटबुक को हमने बांटा है लोगों में, उसको लेकर डिबेट छेड़ गया नोटबुक न्यूज चैनल्स में। What is this
नोटबुक?
Are we going to debate on the real issues?
तो नोटबुक बुलाना चाहिए था ना। If you were distributing notebooks, you should have called it a notebook. Why did you call it the Constitution of India? And samosa is not a serious issue for you. This is a Congress tweet. I'm showing you a tweet from the Congress's national handle. When they talk about price rise, samosa is the example they give.
Let me just add you. The CM
no, I don't need to search. Yeah, timeline में कांग्रेस के आ जाता है.
Already refuted it.
What has he refuted? He has said BJP. He has made the issue that 40 MLAs are present with the Congress party. That is why the samosa scam is being brought up. भाई इतना बड़ा संगीन इशू है, स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट एंड अद्वैता कला, ही सेइंग इट्स नॉट एन इंपॉर्टेंट इशू. इट इज सुखविंदर सिंह सुखू हैज टेकन इट टू द इशू ऑफ 40 MLAs in the assembly. Why are they not thinking it's important enough?
No, I think it's very, very important. And, Navika, I want to thank you for introducing me as a screenwriter, because this is a black comedy waiting to be written. If through your channel and your good offices, I would like to appeal to the Chief Minister of Himachal that I would love to write a black comedy, a film, a satire based on the mystery of the missing samosa, because the country would love to watch a film like that. I mean, it's so unreal. This reminds me of a rerun of Jaspal Bhatti, if you recall that comedic genius, and how he would evaluate, our bureaucrats and our politicians and what their preoccupations were. I mean, if Jaspal Bhatti was around today, he would have spun this so beautifully into a narrative, because this is stranger than fiction, but it's our reality when it comes to our politicians. Either it's chasing after samosas or buffaloes. And this is great. So I'm really happy. I'm all here for the samosa. I'm not going to judge the Congress at all. I'm going to keep them coming, keep giving us entertainment like this. As for not paying your government officers because you're running bankrupt in Himachal, as for having to, put up with a communal situation in Shimla, which is unheard of for the first time in so many years, that your own top leader, Vikramaditya Singh, comes out and says, look, this is illegal, do something about it. I mean, these are just, or that toilet seat tax. Himachal is really, giving us lots of stories. And the Congress doesn't seem to be serious at all about governing this state. And there you have it. What more can one say, really?
Shehzad, you wanted to counter Kamruzaman Chaudhary.
First of all, Navika ji, before we go to Gaurav ji, who's from Samajwadi Party, these are not Samajwadi samosas. These are cocktail samosas. These are high-end, high-class, upper-class samosas. ये बात आप पहले गांठ बांध लीजिए, because these are not available anywhere. They are available in Radisson Hotel, और वो डब्बे में पैक होकर आते हैं. हमारे तो समोसे पेपर में बांध के आते हैं, ये पैक वैक होके आते हैं. दूसरी बात देखिए, अभी कमरू जी ने बोला कि कावड़ियाओं के लिए यात्रा होती है, उसके लिए अरेंजमेंट होता है. हमने समोसा खा लिए तो खाए. अरे भाई साहब, कावड़ यात्रा और आपके धार्मिक जो चीजें होती है, उसके लिए पब्लिक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की फैसिलिटीज बनती है. वो जनता के लिए होता है. ये समोसे जनता के लिए नहीं थे. जनता के आदमी ने खा लिया तो एसआईटी और सीआईडी की इंक्वायरी शुरू होगी भाई साहब. सो दिस समोसा इज एक्चुअली एंटी पीपल. इट इज अ समोसा मेंट फॉर सुखू एंटोनेट. थर्डली, इन्होंने बोला संविधान का नोटबुक बांटा तो क्या हुआ तो हुआ. अरे संविधान को नोटबुक बना दिया, जम्मू कश्मीर में गायब, और इधर तो पेज भी गायब. तो मुझे लगता है कि दिस इज द माइंडसेट ऑफ द कांग्रेस पार्टी. दे आर इन सच एलिटिस्ट मोड व्हेन दे कम to power anywhere. Their mission is only loot, priorities per jhoot, and forgetting all the priorities of the common man and only fulfilling their own desires. And therefore, out of vindictiveness, staff has even eaten the samosa. Now they are going to skew him like an aloo. This is what they are going to do to him.
Sanjay Jha, it's not a simple investigation. Let's not poo-poo it away, because after the investigation, when the story broke today, nobody has denied the story. In fact, I will show you how there has been a latest press release that has been issued by the Director General of Police in Himachal Pradesh. This is the press release. And you know what he says? That this is a complicated issue. The meeting was in the CID office. The samosas were ordered by the tourism department. The tourism department got the samosas, and then they vanished from the CID's office, and therefore it is an interdepartmental inquiry. And then it goes on to say the CID is a disciplined organization and it is an internal matter of state CID, and it has nothing to do with the government of Himachal Pradesh. Bhaiya, interdepartmental, how does it not have anything to do with the government of Himachal Pradesh? Tourism department किसका है? पैसे उन्होंने खर्चे, गायब CID में हुआ, interdepartmental हुआ कि नहीं हुआ?
Navika, I'm glad you have read it out. It's the government department that had an event, and in all honesty, I would actually praise the department of the government, because any expenditure made, it has to be justified. So if they paid certain higher amounts of money for whatever they ordered, they want to find out why it was not actually delivered. That's a fundamental point. And I would make a bigger statement here that, you know, I understand the BJP's mindset. I remember Modi ji in a interview saying कि भारत की बेरोजगारी खत्म हो जाएगी यदि भारत के युवा पकोड़े फ्राई करेंगे. You see, this is a party that can't graduate beyond a pakoda and a samosa. You know, this is the mindset. You can have said at the very beginning they are intellectually diminished, if not altogether famished, and it shows in their conversation. And I want to point out to Miss Kala, because, you know, she was making a lot of sarcastic digs. Miss Kala, you didn't answer the question that I started at the very beginning. Do you have any comment as a woman? Because you're a right-wing supporter. You might come here as a screenwriter, but you're a supporter of the RSS BJP ideology. So please do not try and pretend to be neutral here, for God's sake. We know each other. I think everybody, the viewers, know you. Would you like to comment on Mr. Modi saying that the women of this country, the girls of this country are being stolen by one community? As a woman, do you have any statement to make on the Prime Minister for that? Would you like to talk about the big scam called Adani?
Yeah, I love when men tell me what to say and do as a woman. That is exactly what I live for, is a man telling me what to say and do as a woman. Please, Sanjay. You know, I respect you as a man of somewhat progressive views. For you to come and stand there and say, as a woman, will you do this? I mean, come on, relax. I don't look at you and say, as a man. Sanjay, as a man, will you say this? Let's not be so infantile.
You have no answers to my question.
Let's not be so infantile. If you wanted to give me such a glowing introduction, then maybe you should read a little more of what I write. Because being a columnist, I have written on issues, including Sunanda Pushkar and the 50 crore remark. So please read me as a man questioning a woman in the public domain.
Don't try and divert the topic. What is your comment on the Prime Minister's statement?
Before you condescend.
Don't try and duck it.
Okay,
no red
don't
herrings.
try and condescend to me. Do not condescend to me, because you're a right-wing, you are going to mansplain to me that how
so tell me which part of the Constitution disallows people to be right-wing, Sanjay Jha. Now that really is something you must.
Neutral.
Navika,
don't come on a program as a neutral. Don't try and
well, I'm sorry, Sanjay Jha. I have no reason to be defensive on this. There are three people on your side. There are three people in the right-wing side.
That's exactly.
I have never done any subterfuge here. So just calm down. And you have enough support on this side. Unless you're feeling lonely, I can offer you my support as well. I can argue both sides. I'm a trained journalist. But let me get in. Gaurav Chachra. कभी सरकारी तंत्र इस्तेमाल होते हैं भैंसे ढूंढने के लिए, कभी समोसा चोर. अरे 2G स्कैम अगर इस पहले इन्वेस्टिगेट हो जाता तो शायद इस देश में इतने बड़े लॉसेस ना होते, इतनी कंपनियां नहीं फोल्ड अप हो गई होती, इतने लंबे केसेस ना चले होते. तब तो जीरो सम गेम बताया था. आज संजय झा को बड़ी चिंता हो रही है कि महंगे समोसे थे तो अगर इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो रही है तो अच्छी बात है. अरे भाई, बाकी स्कैम्स की भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर लेते, उन्हें क्यों भूल गए?
देखिए, पहले तो मैं शहजाद भाई का जवाब दूंगा. उन्होंने कहा समाजवादी समोसा. बहुत ही अच्छी बात बोली. समाजवादी समोसा, गरीबों का समोसा, मजदूरों का समोसा, किसानों का समोसा, पिछड़े दलित अल्पसंख्यक आदिवासियों का समोसा. मुझे फक्र है, मुझे गर्व है कि मेरी पार्टी पीडीए की पार्टी है, किसानों की, मजदूरों की और आदिवासियों की, गरीबों की पार्टी है. अब मैं आता हूं सुक्खू जी का, जो हिमाचल की बात चल रही है समोसे की. देखिए, ये इनका इंटरनल मैटर था. ब्यूरोक्रेट्स का इंटरनल जो कोऑर्डिनेशन में कमी आई है कि वो बॉक्सेस कहीं इंटरचेंज होंगे, वो इंटरनल मैटर था, जिसको बीजेपी ने पका के एक प्रोपेगेंडा बना के बचकानी हरकत या सस्ती लोकप्रियता हासिल करने के लिए इनके प्रवक्ता लोग आगे आके ये ऐसे बयान दे रहे हैं. मुझे लगता है इसमें तो सुक्खू गवर्नमेंट के लिए अच्छी बात है कि एक विपक्ष की पार्टी जनता के असल मुद्दों की बात नहीं कर रही है. तबकि समोसे की बात करिए। इसका मतलब सरकार बहुत अच्छा काम कर रही है हिमाचल में, तभी इनके विपक्ष के पास कोई मुद्दा नहीं है। ये छोटे छोटे बचकानी हरकतें करके समोसों की बात लेके आगे आ रहे हैं। अभी इन्होंने विकास की बात नहीं करी। सुक्खू गवर्नमेंट ने 30 करोड़ 70 लाख रुपए इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए दिए, जो 53 करोड़ 21 लाख रुपए एजुकेशन के लिए दिए। इसका मतलब सुक्खू गवर्नमेंट काम अच्छा कर रही है। और जो अभी जांच की बात आप कर रहे थे, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकारों में जितने भी घोटाले हुए हैं, मुझे लगता है उसकी भी जांच होनी चाहिए। केंद्र में इनकी सरकार है जो बार बार पटरियों से सड़क ट्रेन उतर रही है, उसकी भी जांच होनी चाहिए। जो पुल टूटे जा रहे हैं उसकी भी जांच होनी चाहिए। जो टेंडर ये घड़ी वालों को दिए जा रहे हैं उसकी भी जांच होनी चाहिए।
Fair point, but Karan Verma is the India Alliance and their partners ducking for cover because the governance model has been exposed tonight. The governance model that should be talking about people has somewhere got drowned in this khatakhat and freebie kind of culture, where neither people are getting governance from the government departments, nor are they getting the promised freebies. And therefore, the question is, what's happening to the Samosa caucus?
So, Navika ji, first of all, let's just spare a thought for CM Sukhu. I mean, this guy, he can't even get his salary on time. इनको समोसे भी नहीं देते इनके सिक्योरिटी स्टाफ वाले। मतलब ईश्वर अगर सीएम बनाए तो सुक्खू जी जैसा सीएम ना बनाए किसी को भी, ये तो सबसे पहले बात होनी चाहिए। आई मीन दिस गाय हैज एवरी राइट टू बी इरिटेटेड। भाई उनको एक समोसे नहीं दे रहे उनके सिक्योरिटी स्टाफ। सुबह से उनके अरमान है, उसमें खोया होगा, चटनी के साथ खाएंगे, आलू के साथ खाएंगे, बट उन तक समोसा तक नहीं पहुंच पा रहा है। आज मुंह से निवाला उनसे छीन लिया गया। तो ही हैज एवरी राइट, द मैन हैज एवरी राइट टू गेट एंग्री इफ हिज समोसा इज नॉट रीचिंग हिम। एंड यू नो Navika ji, it looks very naive कि we are talking about samosa, but actually this samosa is a microcosm of the Himachal Pradesh governance. This samosa has changed 64 hands. आप सोच सकते हैं? I mean, a simple samosa they could not procure. Next time they should actually put it on tender. They should have a CEO who looks after the tender authority. Tender should be called. 64 hands for 3 samosas which cost 420 rupees. It is not just कि exchequer को 5,500 का नुकसान हुआ. It is about the feelings of CM Sukhu. That is priceless. Leave aside putting a number to the money. And you know, it tells you that Himachal today, what level Himachal has gotten to. 86,000 crores in debt. They can't even fulfill their promises. Abhi old pension scheme is yet to kick in fully. Uske baad 77% of the tax revenue actually has to go in just funding this old pension scheme, which has been actually denounced by Raghuram Rajan, inhi ke Raghuram Rajan, Prime Minister, the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, P. Chidambaram. So, you know, this is where they've landed up today. They have lots of thoughts, lots of ideas, like a samosa, but it doesn't reach their table. Just as their beneficiary schemes, they never reach the people because of the lack of funds or because of the stranglehold of the bureaucracy. And I believe they should call for a CBI probe. CID से नहीं चलेगा. और अगर उससे भी नहीं होता तो एक SIT बननी चाहिए.
I would recommend an FBI. I would recommend FBI has to come in. This is too serious a matter. CBI may not do it. Is the CBI competent enough given the conviction rate, Shehzad, or do we need the Mossad and the FBI?
नाविका जी, जब SID Sukhu investigation department is already looking into the matter, then why do you need any other investigation agency? But देखिए नाविका जी, on a serious note, अभी जो है संजय झा ने महिलाओं की बात करते करते mansplaining जिसे कहते हैं ना, he tried to do mansplaining to Advaita, and it is so lost on him. Therefore Sanjay Jha's mentality actually is the same, that he will not think samosa as samosa, he will think samosa as fried triangular pastry with minced vegetables and sauce. This is the mentality, this is the disconnect कि जो समोसे को फ्राइड पैटी बोलता है वो माइंडसेट है संजय झा का। संजय झा आपके बगल में, वो थोड़ा सा आप घर से नीचे उतरो, टेनिस कोर्ट के बाहर उधर जाओ, शाइना एनसी रहती है। शाइना एनसी को इंपोर्टेड माल बोला अरविंद सावंत में, उसमें कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे। अद्वैता काला आप ये क्यों नहीं बोलती? एज अ वुमन आप नहीं बोल रही है। अरे भाई उससे आगे निकल जाओ, रिजेक्टेड माल बोला है। अब मैं लास्ट में आ रहा हूं।
Is what the Congress has taught everybody in this country after the 2G scam. लेकिन आज का ये जो समोसा scam है, it's not, and I say this in all seriousness, it's not about how funny it is. It is just what fun is being poked at the people who vote for you. The government apparatus that should be used in governance to bring better lives to the people who vote for you is actually being used for things like this. Doing a Samosa investigation, actually giving khatakhat models and then taxing people some more, not being able to pay salaries on time. This, ladies and gentlemen, is really the scam that is being done to the people of India who vote for any such government which cannot take the issue of governance seriously enough. I leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1. On the other